Industry players are gearing up for this year's Options Industry Conference. One of the key speakers at the event is Michael McClain, President and COO of the Options Clearing Corporation. We talked with McClain in advance of the conference about the changes at OCC and their effect on its resilience and risk management capability. He also looked at securities lending, options education, and the controversy over OCC's capital plan.
We're actually very pleased about a lot of the changes that we've made to the board as well as the management team. We've added 2 public directors to our board. That brings the total public directors to 5. A few years ago, we were at 2 public directors. We think this does a lot for us on the governance front. But more importantly, more to the point on the number is not as important as the quality of the directors we have. Our public directors have a significant amount of experience in the industry. They have a significant amount of risk experience, and that provides us a whole nother level of check and balance. As we do our modeling, as we do a lot of new product risk models, it's really great to not only have our model validation process in place, but to have a board that understands what we're doing and can actually do another check on those models to make sure we have full resiliency from a risk management perspective. What that's going to bring to market participants is a much more resilient clearinghouse. When you have solid risk models, that doesn't always mean you're raising margin. I think a lot of people are uncomfortable with risk modeling and the attention that we're paying to risk modeling. Sometimes you can be overly conservative and create more systemic risk. Our board, our risk committee, as well as our model validation group and our internal risk processes look at total risks. They look beyond the margin models and how much margin we're collecting, and look at systemic risk of our models. First off, we're very pleased that all market participants are paying attention to us, specifically relative to our capital plan. I think the second thing we're pleased about is we've taken capital from $30 million to a number we think is right to be around $250 million. And while there's disagreement on the approach we've taken to bring that capital forward, there's been unanimous consent that the OCC needs that amount of capital. And there's been, all of the market participants have been very pleased with a strong and resilient OCC. There comes disagreement as to how we get that capital. And because of our unique structure and our place in the industry, there's almost no capital plan we could have brought forward that wouldn't have had some aggrieved parties. Where we stand with that now is we've gotten approval from the commission. Really had no objection from the commissioners. We got approval from the staff of the commission, but there's been a petition filed by some parties that want the commission to review it again. What that does is it puts us somewhat in a holding pattern because there's a stay put on us, and we're not able to lower our fees or return the refund back to clearing members from 2014 until that decision's made. But while we're in that holding pattern, we're continuing to monitor our situation and understand where fees are so we can bring them down as soon as possible. The same regulation that's brought us to SIFMU status is really starting to impact market participants in securities finance. And since 1993, we've had a stock loan clearing initiative that was really brought about for a completely different reason than some of the ways people are using our stock loan clearing now, and that was really to hedge off options in stock loan. That's since evolved to credit enhancement, and now it's evolving again to provide a vehicle for ways to reduce your capital. We have a lot planned for securities lending, and more importantly, taking that securities lending model and extending it to products that are just like securities lending, repo, for example, and really building a securities finance initiative. We think we have a lot of capabilities in that arena, and we plan to bring those to market. So what we're doing at this point in time is working with market participants on the best possible design to not only expand the program and the product types in the program, but expand those that can participate in the program. What we're going to do this year is twofold. We're going to work with market participants on designing the right solution, because we want to design something for them. We don't want to design something for us and then hope they come. But secondly, the scalability of the program. We've taken very hard looks at that through our default management process and our default management tests. And we want to improve the scalability of the program and make sure we can handle more volume before we actually go out and try to get it. So those are the two focuses of those 2 programs this year. We believe a lot of the growth that we've experienced over the last few years is directly due to options education. And we're starting to look at our options education program a little bit more, I'd say holistically, to see whether we can actually measure the results of the options education program relative to the volumes we're getting, and specifically targeting those that are ripe for options and hitting those areas much harder than more of a broader view. So we're more focused on our options education and focusing in on areas where we think it can do the most good.